Hey, welcome to my journey into another weigh-in. Yep, I thought I'd go ahead and do a weigh-in because I got to thinking, well, I wasn't weighing in because of all the swelling in my leg. And then I got to thinking, yesterday, I'm like, maybe I should weigh in because, well, I've started Weight Watchers and on the app, I need to put the weight in, but not just that. I need to know if I lose beyond what I started, which the last time I weighed was it was the last Thursday of September. What was it, the 28th or something like that? And when I got Weight Watchers, that's the weight. It was 248 even, and that was what I put in my Weight Watchers app when I started. I didn't weigh because I had already had the surgery, I think. Well, I had to have it because I didn't weigh. That's right, because I weighed Thursday, had the surgery Monday. So it's cold out here. I love it. Whew, that's hot. So I thought, I know I gained just from the way we have eat for 2 weeks. 2.5, we'll say 2.5. And then I know I gained from swelling because my leg was humongous. It's still swollen, but not as much. And he told me, he said, all that propping up, he said, that's not going to make your swelling go down. He said, that swelling's going to go down when that swelling goes down. So there you go. He said, and it's going to take a long time. So there you go again. But what I thought was, I need to at least track if I'm going up or down. I need to know if I'm making the right progress, whether any of that weight is swelling or not. I need to know if I'm going in the right direction. So I did weigh in this morning, and I am pleased to say I only gained 2.4 pounds, because I started at 248 in September, and today I was 250.4, and I am thrilled over that, because now I can imagine the Thursday after surgery that week, I can imagine how much I weighed. Because I'm telling you, y'all think my legs are big regular? Because I got big legs. You know, my mama told me, she said, you'll always have those big legs. And I'm like, thank you. I say she cursed me. Just by saying it, she called it up. She did. She called it up. Y'all, of all the things I have forgot in my life, there are some things that have just stuck an imprint on my brain. I can see us at her house. She's sitting on her love seat. I'm sitting in the floor. She's rubbing my neck. She was this is my mama's mama. She was a good massager. Strong, almost up until the day she died. She had these strong, like man hands almost. Her hands weren't big, but they were strong. And I guess that's because she did all her own work. She did everything. Her yard work, her mowing. I mean, she did everything. And so she always rubbed us. She was good at rubbing us. And we were just talking about whatever, my legs. Well, you'll always have those big legs. I remember that. So, yeah, she called it up. Thanks, Mama. But, yeah, I thought I'd better figure out, because if I'm not accounting myself, how will I know if I'm going in the right direction? So it made more sense to weigh, even if it's not a true weight, than to not weigh. Because what if I decide to wait till the swelling goes down, then all of a sudden the swelling's down, but I'm up 15 or 20 pounds. Well, what's that about? I will not have put myself in check along the way to see if I'm going in the right direction. So there you go. Swelling and eating, a gain of 2.4. Thrilled. We didn't really eat a lot, but we didn't really eat like the healthiest of food over the past 2 weeks. This week I've not really been on too much of a track, but y'all know, and it's been different. I've told y'all before, and y'all have seen in the past, I've told y'all, when I don't feel good, what I eat is the least of my worries. I just eat whatever I want to eat. Well, I hadn't felt good, but I've not done the same as I have in the past. Like, say, if I get like a cold or something, you know, that lasts and lasts and lasts, then I don't care. I don't feel good. I'm drug out. I will just eat whatever I feel like eating and could care less what the scales say. Well, this time I hadn't felt good, but not in the same way. It's like not my body's like, oh, it's just my leg. So I've not had the same, well, I'm just going to eat anything I want to eat feeling, even though I haven't exactly watched what I've been eating. Y'all know where I'm coming from. I'm going to get that in check. I tell you, when you get out of doing right, it's hard to get back into doing right, ain't it? I mean, golly, I won't say I have gone off the rails, because I hadn't. I won't say I've jumped the track. I've maybe teetered off of the road there on the shoulder, but I'm not off the track completely. I just need to get back to eating better and maybe not as much snacking. So I'll do it. And I've been getting better at tracking. Now, just because I joined Weight Watchers don't mean I automatically, the day that I signed up, does not mean that's the day that everything went perfect and I started tracking perfectly and eating perfectly. No. It's a process. Some people, like when I first started, me and Joan were talking about that. Coming up the first of the year, well, what'd she say for her? February for her, April for me, will be 6 years since we started our Weight Watchers journey. And she's been on it the whole time. I think she's tried little odds and ends, but she stayed on Weight Watchers the whole time and counting points the whole time. I have not. I've gone off and on and off and on. Y'all know, if you've been with me, you know. You know all the roads I have traveled. Listen. You know what? It just dawned on me. My weight loss journey has been like, oh my gosh, if this ain't the most perfect analogy, I have been like one of those maze puzzles. You know how there's a start and there's a finish, but there's only one open road to that finish, and you hit walls throughout the way. Well, those walls are different programs that didn't work, and then I backed up and went down and found another wall to try something else. And there's one way through to the end, and you know what? I don't know if I have found it yet or not, if I'm still going through that maze hitting walls. I will say I did get through when I had the weight loss surgery. I think I did get through to I didn't get to the finish because I'm not finished. I still have a lot of way to go. But I did get through to find my way out with the surgery. So I'll give myself that. But I backed up going backwards and hit some more walls trying to find my way back. And so now I'm at the Weight Watcher wall. Listen, that could be the one that breaks through. I could break through that wall, who knows? But I will say this, what I have tracked, I have enjoyed so much more than healthy. And I'm not saying anything bad about healthy because I've used it for years. I like it fine. You get used to it. But I will say this, Weight Watchers is just more user friendly. It looks nicer. It's more streamlined, I think. And I think finding the foods is easier. There's a lot of duplicate foods in healthy, and trying to find the right one is hard sometimes. That's I think more so than the Weight Watchers app. I mean, y'all, everybody's got their own opinion. You might think differently, but that's how I think. So at least what I have been tracking, I've liked a whole lot better. And this thing, can I just tell you, I smell good. I'm getting a whiff of myself. Holly gave me some perfumes, some body sprays that she's just tired of. She's had them for long enough. She said, she's just over them. She said, do you want them? I'm like, yeah. So I smelled them, and I kept all of them. I said, I think one just wasn't my scent. This is Taylor Swift Enchanted something. It smells wonderful. Let me just tell you. I wish you could have a smell-o-vision. It's, I don't know how to describe it. It's soft, but not soft. Does that make sense? It's not bold. It's not like a, okay, y'all remember back in the day, Cinnabar? Who don't remember Cinnabar? That's one of the strongest perfumes I've ever smelled in my life. That was some strong, and so was Estee Lauder. Just the Estee Lauder, not any of the ones that she had, just the Estee Lauder. That was strong too. But I'm gonna tell you one I liked when I was in college was White Linen. Does that sound right? White Linen? White Linen. Oh, yes. I would love to have some of that now. I don't think they make it anymore. And I'll tell you my most favorite perfume of all time was Ralph Lauren. Not any of these Ralph Lauren this, Ralph Lauren that. It was just Lauren. It come in the ruby red square bottle. My mama, she had to scrimp and save to raise me and my brother. But every now and then, she would, I don't know how, have saved up to get me a bottle of that Lauren. And oh my gosh, I don't think they make it anymore either. I would love to just smell it. Even if I didn't have it, which I'd like to have it, I would love to just smell it one more time. You can probably, I would just about bet without even looking, you can probably find both of them on eBay, but they would be old vintage bottles that probably have just turned to alcohol by now. They wouldn't smell the same, I don't think. But I love perfume. I have always loved perfume. Okay, so listen. In high school, the car I drove was my mama's Ranchero. She would let me take her to work. Her work was just a few blocks from my school, the main office at the mill, because the whole town was a mill town. And she worked in the main office. And she would let me take her to work and drive to school. I mean, we only had the one car. And so I had some Candid from Avon. Loved that stuff. Listen, Candid, Odyssey, Sweet Honesty, Love's Baby Soft. Y'all remember that? Oh, I'd love to have some of that. They used to come out with it at Christmas. They would have Love's assortments. If I saw one on Christmas, I'd get it. I'd get it just for the Baby Soft. Oh, let me quit talking. The school bus is going to turn. Oh, yeah. But I can't, it was not the spray bottle, but I had it in the car, and I was like putting it on the way to school, and it slipped out of my hands, and it spilled, and it got into the carpet of the Ranchero. A Ranchero is just forward. The front looked like a car, the back looked like a truck, and it set low to the ground. So look it up. It was like baby blue. And I think until the day she got rid of that vehicle, it smelled like Candid perfume because it was embedded in that carpet. I can smell it now. Yeah. Good times. Oh my gosh. Y'all remember the little Avon perfume sticks, like chapsticks, except they were perfume? I had one of those in Sweet Honesty. I have loved perfume my whole life. Oh my gosh. Okay, so one time when I was little, we went to Florida, and I went with my other mama, the cousins and uncles and aunts and everybody. And I know that might have been the time the men folk went to the Daytona 500. And, of course, the rest of us didn't. But we got a perfume. We bought souvenirs, and one of the things, we got a perfume, and it was in this little, like, perfume looking bottle, but it was orange blossom. Oh my gosh. It was in a seashell, tied like a twine to a seashell. And that was my souvenir. And that perfume, I don't know if it's because of the simpler times in my mind that I recall it smelling so good, but when I was little, I adored that orange blossom perfume. Oh my gosh. So I have loved perfume my whole entire life. So how do we even get started on perfume? Oh, because I smell good. What should we talk about? Oh my gosh. I legit was going to forget to tell you my news. So, I told y'all, he said he had December 22nd and December 29th. They added in for him. And I said, pray for December 29th. Because I didn't want to do, I'll do it before Christmas, you know. But I didn't want to do it a few days before Christmas if I didn't have to. So I was like, pray for the 29th. Well, she called me, and no December 29th. But I got December the 1st. Yes! She told me, she goes, well, I got a couple days. I said, well, he told me he had the 22nd and the 29th. She said, well, I don't have the 29th. She said, I do have the 22nd. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's going to send me into January. She said, I got the 1st. I'm like, oh, okay, the 1st, that's on a Monday. She goes, that's on a Friday. I'm like, I thought the 1st was on a Monday. She said, December 1st. I'm like, oh, I said, yes, I'll take that. I will take that. Well, I was thinking David didn't have no vacation left. Turned out, see, he had told his dispatcher he wanted the 29th because those are restricted weeks. The week of Christmas and New Year's, those are restricted weeks, and there's certain people they let have vacations and certain they don't, and I don't understand it. I don't understand how that works. But he told her, and she said, they'll just have to get over it because it's medical. You'll have it. So he got up. I said, well, we got December the 1st instead. I said, if you don't have vacation, I said, I don't know. He goes, well, no, I got 5 days. I'm like, ooh, then we're good. I said, if you take that Friday, then if you don't want to take a day without pay, then go back to work the next Friday and just work 1 day that week. He goes, we'll figure something out. I'm like, okay. So he does have vacation, so he'll be with me that week. So I will have it Friday. I plan on coming home the same day since I did with this one, and it's my first one, you know. So then I'll have him that weekend, that week, and then the next weekend before he goes back to work regular. No. Yeah, the weekend and the Monday, because they give him the. No, that's. Yeah, the week. I'm up in the next month. Boy, I'm losing my mind. But let me tell you what has happened to my knee. I got the staples out, right? And they put the stay strips across. Well, when they put the stay strips across, they used, did I tell y'all? They put this little, it's a little thing that you pop open in the end. It's like I call it like a felt tip pen. And she run it down each side. And then the tape strips just fit, and the incision in the middle and the stuff along the sides is adhesive. The benzoin, because y'all told me, benzoin. That's what holds the strips into place. Well, I was itching down at the bottom. I mean, itching like crazy. And I said, oh, that's a good sign. That means it's healing. Because, you know, when stuff starts itching, it's healing. I'm like, boy, that thing is healing good. Because, I mean, it was itching me. I wanted to claw it off. Well, I was scratching all around it. I wasn't scratching on my tape because I didn't want to get near my incision. So I was scratching all around it. And then I felt a bump. I'm like, what is that? Well, it was enough of a bump that it made the tape strip come up. And he told me, he said, when your tape, the strips start coming up, he said, you can just take them off, you know. So I took it off, and I got to feeling around, and I got my flashlight down there and looked, and it was a blister, like a big water blister. Well, as the day progressed, and I'm not lying, as the day progressed, another one popped up above it. So then I had two. And then above that, 2 more started to pop their heads up. So I took a picture of it yesterday and sent it in to the doctor because I'm like, I don't know what's causing it, and I sure don't want to get no kind of infection in my incision. Can y'all even imagine? No, I cannot imagine. Well, they called me back, and it was funny because I was on the line with the scheduling when they called me back about my leg. So I had to call her back, and she said he looked at the pictures. He said it looks like you had an allergic reaction to the stair strips. And funny thing, it's just that one portion, nowhere else. He said, go ahead and take the strips off. So I took the strips off of the affected area. Now, this morning, I've got 4 where the 2 main ones popped up yesterday, and then the 2 little small ones. I got 4 big ones and a little teensy weensy little one above that. So I got 4 big fat water blisters. I just want to hop in so bad. Have y'all ever been sunburned and your skin blisters up, and then when it all pops, your skin peels? Well, I don't want to peel my skin, but it's the same thing. When you get blisters, you just want to pop them, and you try to keep your hands off of them, but the more you're just drawn to them. I am just drawn to these things on my leg, and I'm trying to keep my hands off of them because I don't want them to pop, but they're about to bust at the seams. The skin is so tight that it's shiny, and it's starting to turn a little red around the edges. So I'm gonna look at it a little bit later on this morning, and if I think it looks red enough that it could be something, whatever, I'm gonna send him another picture and tell him, this is how it's progressing. But that's what's going on down there. I left the rest of the stair strips on, and they're on fine. Well, there's one lifting up. I had me a good shower this morning again. Glorious. But I can see one I can take off. But, ooh, and you know what I did? When I went in there, y'all have a Dollar Tree haul coming up tomorrow. A small one, but, Dollar Tree nonetheless. Because Holly took me there when she took me to the doctor. And, I walked up to the bed, and when I did, my knee hit the side of it, and it like stung, like a pin stuck me. I'm like, oh, because I got like little hard things sticking up. So I don't know, some of you nurses might know. I thought it was just scab things, but it might be stitches that are dissolving. As much as I know, I didn't ask and they didn't tell. But that's all I thought about it. And then later on, I went there, I sat down, I propped my leg up, and I seen some blood streaked down my leg. I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, when I hit it, it must have hit one of the scabs in there and broke it loose, and it made it bleed. So I got that wiped up. It wasn't bleeding, it just bled, and then that was that. It dried up and it was over. So I'm having some little my little knee is like, here I am, let's discuss some things. But can y'all believe I'm getting to go back on December 1st? Oh my gosh. Listen, I went and ordered me a pencil tree. I've always wanted one, a pencil slim tree. Because first of all, well, I love my big tree because it's nice and full. I can get lots of stuff on it. It's beautiful. But it's so big, I have to pull it up and push it up against the wall, and then part of it still lays on the couch because I can't slide the couch down anymore. We won't be able to get through. The way my room is set up, there's just no room. I'm like, well, that will not only be smaller to take up less room, especially since I can't move the couch down. If I happen to need my walker, which if I'm having it December 1st, well, I will need my walker. Yeah, because I'm having it December 1st, and I always put my tree up Thanksgiving, which this year it'll be up after Thanksgiving because Saturday is RJ and Holly's wedding reception after Thanksgiving, and so I won't be putting up that Saturday, but I'll have it up sometime that week before I go in Friday. So I'll have my tree up, and I'll have to be able to get the walker through. so I can't move the couch any. So yeah, I'll sit here and talk to y'all, work that out. But I'm not gonna put up all my Christmas decorations because, like right now, I can get around and do things. I can't go, but I can do things. But I can tell you, I'm not looking forward to putting up all my Halloween just the way I feel now. Maybe in a few weeks. What's Halloween? 2 weeks? 2 weeks away. I'll probably feel, well, no, I know I'll feel better in 2 weeks than I feel now. So, but I don't want to strap myself down to all that Christmas stuff in case I'm just not feeling good. And then the small tree, I won't have as much on it, so I won't have as much to undecorate, you know. But I'm looking forward to this leg because I'm here to tell you, my right leg, it is doing things that, like I told him, I said, it's already doing things better than that crappy one you took out of it. He laughed because that's what he did. He took a crappy one out and put a perfect one in. And I am already, well, I can get up off the side of my bed. Before, I would not sit on the side of my bed unless it was just absolutely urgent. Getting in and out of the bed to sleep, but I would not sit down to put my socks on. If I couldn't stand up and bend over and get them on, I would put them on in here, in this chair, because sitting on the side of the bed was so painful to get off of because of my right leg. It would twist and bind and hurt and scream, and I would push off and grunt and moan. all the other than getting up off the toilet, getting up off my chair. If I don't put the where it lifts up, my lift, if I didn't use the lift chair, the way it sits down, oh my gosh, painful. Getting off my craft chair, oh my gosh. I can just hold on to the table and stand up. Now my left leg is still pulls or whatever you want to call it, but my right leg, which is the one that I push up off of, I get right up. Yes, that's why I thought I'd be able to come out here and sit in this chair, because I was afraid, like last week, whatever day we talked, I was like, I don't want to go out in my chair. I don't think I'll be able to get out of it. Well, I will now. I know I will. I'll be able to hold on to this little table over here and just get right up. So what this is already doing at 2.5 weeks is amazing. What's it going to be in another 2.5 weeks? What's it going to be when I get this one done? And then when that one acts the same way? Well, I'm not going to know how to walk, y'all. I'm going to have to relearn how to walk like a typical person. Nobody with any kind of a limp or a gimp or a hitch in my giddy up. You see what I'm saying? So I'm excited. I'm so excited. That brings me to tell you, honey, don't give up. Whatever track you're on, I don't care if your journey looks like okay, make sure David won't call me. If your journey looks like a maze like mine, I don't care. I don't care. Don't give up trying to get to the end. I don't care how many walls you hit and have to back up and go back. Hit the wall and back up and go back. That's all good, because you're still trying. Don't hit the wall and stop. Just put your little pencil down and quit drawing backwards and trying to get out of it. No. Pick your daggum pencil up and keep figuring out that maze, because y'all, it is so worth it. I just can't help but think, as much as the leg still hurts, what it has already given me to have it fixed, what it's already given me if I had to quit trying. And even if it took me getting to the point of gastric bypass, big whoopie-doo, it got me to where I needed to be. It got me down to where he would do my surgery. It got me to where I had to be, what I have been working on and harping on and just talking about all the time. Some of y'all are probably like, could you talk about something else? Well, I couldn't, because it was the biggest thing in my life that I was working towards. Yeah, I have a lot of other whys. I have a whole bucket list of whys, but this was the biggest one, and this one is the one that can get me to my other whys. Without the knees, the other things on my list weren't going to happen. They weren't going to happen, or else they would have done happen with the knees I had. You see what I'm saying? I say that a lot, don't I? Don't answer me. Pipe down. So, I'm just here to tell you, don't quit. Don't give up. If you've got a goal in sight, keep going towards it. Yes, it took me a long time to get here, but the point is, I got here. Would I like to have gotten here faster? Sure would have, but that wasn't my path. Apparently, it was not my path. My path was to go in the directions that I went, and I picked up, this is no joke, I picked up different friends of y'all along the way through different plans. So like I would do videos on low carb. People found me through low carb. Some stayed, some didn't. I mean, that's how it goes. If you know, I don't have anything relevant to you, if you don't want to stay for me to see where my journey ends up, then that's all good. That, you know, that's on you. That's fine. But then when I did Nutrisystem, I picked up friends, and y'all have stayed and followed me along all the different paths that I have been on. So it was meant to be, I guess, on my YouTube channel, it was meant to be that way. Probably if I had, which I don't know, maybe not, because I say I'm an acquired taste. Everybody don't like me. They don't like my style or the way I talk or the things I talk about or my, oh, there was a cardinal. Bless it. What's the word I'm looking for? They don't like my unprofessionalism, because I'm not professional. I'm who I am. I talk like I talk. I am just, as Holly would say, that's just who I am. But those of you that have stayed, I have found y'all through different journeys that I have been on. But what I was going to say was, probably I would have a bigger channel, not a big channel, bigger channel, faster if I had stayed on Weight Watchers, because people go to Weight Watchers. So if I had stuck with it, I probably would have grown more. But there's a lot of y'all I never would have met, because y'all never have done Weight Watchers. So y'all never would have found me, because you weren't looking for Weight Watchers. You were looking for whatever I was doing at the time. So, I mean, it's cool. Yeah, I'd like to have done it quicker, but it didn't work out that way. Things in my regular life, not in my weight loss journey, I would like to have happen differently. But the way they happened turned things into the way they turned them into. So I think it's all good. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking, because I don't want to sit here and keep this hanging down too long. Get it stove up, you know, and it's cold out here too. That ain't helping. But we'll probably have live tomorrow. If I don't feel like sitting in my craft chair, we'll sit in here on the recliner like we did last week. So unless I change my mind, stay tuned to tomorrow at 1, and we'll talk about some stuff. So thanks y'all for tuning in and sticking with me through all the things that I have been through, sticking with me through all that maze. And so yeah, December 1st, put it on your calendar. It's party day. Okay, well, that's all I know. I will see you in the morning for a Dollar Tree haul, and then, knock on wood, everything shakes out. I'll see you at 1 o'clock for live. So see you then.